Hello, welcome to the House of the Spirit. Welcome home. This reading today is about getting an answer to a question that is on your mind, to a burning question. Okay, so pile number 1, we have Pisces, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Aries. Your card is the Two of Pentacles. Pile number 2, we have Libra, we have Sagittarius, we have Virgo, and Gemini. Your card is the Three of Pentacles with guidance. Pile number 3, we have Leo, Cancer, Capricorn, and Taurus. Your card is Venus with love. And this is the Lover's card. So sorry, the focus is a little bit hard. Okay. So I will give you a moment for you to choose your pile using the card, the tarot deck, your zodiac sign, or just your intuition. I will see you in your reading. Pile number 1, your card is the Two of Pentacles. And this specific Two of Pentacles is represented by Daedalus, and he is holding an axe that he just invented. And I think that this gives another layer to the Two of Pentacles, to the traditional meaning of the Two of Pentacles. And that's also the inventiveness, like the need to funnel your intellect and your resources, your inner resources, into creating new solutions and avenues for your endeavors. I do believe that this might be a reading that is related to the material aspect of your life. And it is a time when investment and entrepreneurship might be specific, especially relevant, but also inventiveness. I feel like finding solutions. Okay, so let's start with the Kipper. An answer to a burning question that is on your mind right now. Okay. Main person. Rich girl. Resources. There you go. Using resources. The future use of resources. A house. Are you thinking of buying a house? Are you thinking of building a house or investing in real estate, or just in a specific place, maybe in a specific location? I feel like this reading is very pragmatic, very down to earth. I think you have to make a decision. It feels like you have to make a decision. Either it is about relocating or just how to orient your efforts or your resources, where to channel your attention, your resources. And also I also feel like it's something from the past. So there might be like a bit of wealth that you have accumulated that you want to decide, okay, where should I put it? And maybe you're considering real estate or relocating, like a different country, a different job. And it's very important that it's something also about your stability. So the way you the way you invest your resources so that you reinforce your sense of protection and resilience, and also the continuity of something. That's why I'm feeling something about like wealth that comes from family or that came from investments that you did in the past. There's something about managing the resources that were achieved already. Okay, the answer to a burning question on your mind right now. Saturn in Sagittarius with fulfillment. There you go. Yeah. So pile number one, you are, it seems like I am speaking to people who were particularly blessed in the material aspect of life in the past. I'm not even saying like it's a great amount or that it needs to be like this huge, like millions and a huge quantity. It's just that it's enough so that you are now facing this decision. Jupiter in Libra with negotiation. Indecision, there you go. Venus in Libra again. I think that, yeah, this reading is about making a decision about what to do. And Mercury in Taurus with resistance. I think you're facing resistance. There's a parrot here, and there's also a parrot on her shoulder. It's actually not a parrot. It's a, how do I say that? Cockatoo? Cockatoo? Is it? I hope I'm pronouncing it right. So I wanted to understand the meaning of the parrot. So I investigated a little bit, and I think that the parrot here is connected to the barriers that you are encountering to achieve your goals. And I feel like they're like a companion in helping you break down those barriers. And because it's also here in the resistance, it might be that you need to keep pushing and you need to speak, you need to speak up, and you need to kind of demand the right to access something or to break down a barrier that is preventing you from achieving your goal. Interesting. Okay, so what is the answer to your question? The feline and Indy. So this is why it's talking about the past, something that you bring from the past. Like you need to solve a problem that comes with the territory, let's say. It comes with the ability, it comes with the resources to use, that you need to use in order to achieve your goals. And I think that this is telling you to look back a little bit, to trace your steps back so that you can find a little glitch, a little thing that can help you move forward. So by looking back, by looking at what you might have missed, you might have like the tools or like the information that you need so that you can speak up, so that you can demand the right to access something. The Hierophant. Paperwork, something related to paperwork, something written down, signed, a contract or real estate paperwork. Oh, so we have the King of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. I think that someone holds the access to that information. And I feel like you need to speak up. You need to speak. It's like, I want to speak to the manager. It's it's funny. It's kind of a meme these days. But actually, I think that if you keep like demanding your rights, you will eventually get to the person that makes the decision and that gives you the access to what you need. This is a very pragmatic reading, very down to earth. So maybe it won't be exactly what you're thinking, and maybe today your reading is in another pile. But this is a very simple, like action-oriented reading. 5 of Cups. Yeah, I do think that let me just ask a question before. Yeah, 9 of Cups. So even though you might be expecting that your access is going to be denied, keep pushing. Don't take no for an answer. That's what I'm getting here. The Sun. There's truth in the paperwork. There's truth in the registry. There's truth in something that is stored and that you need to go back and get. 7 of Cups. It might need a little bit of kind of sieving, of separating the wheat from the chaff, or of talking to people that are never going to, get you nowhere, get you to the place where you want to be. But eventually you will get there. There's this moment. 3 of Pentacles. There's this moment where when you will find the people you need, the people that are on your side, the people that want to work with you on this. The 3 of Cups. So one of the big answers here is that the people that you choose to talk to make all of the difference. And it's also because you have the parrot. So the parrot is about communication also. It's about words. It's about wording. It's about how you speak and who you speak to, and how you convey your thoughts and your intentions. So the more you insist, the closer you will get to your objective. And the more people you speak to, the more you demand, and the more you persist, the better you will be understood. And it's well, if we talk a lot and we keep making the same mistakes in communication, it doesn't mean that we will get, to where we want. But in this specific case, I don't know why, it feels like talking itself, the act of talking, is going to soften resistance. So even if you're making small talk, it is somehow useful. Queen of Pentacles. So, in the World. And you will conclude this by this is completing a task that has to do with your resources, how you manage your resources, and the way you establish yourself in life with that reality. So I do feel like this has a lot to do with the home, or with the real estate, with a specific location, with something that's very meaningful that has to do with the land, with the configuration of a physical building, and managing those assets is going to lead you to also transform your life and reach another level in your life. So it's like you will establish yourself. This is about establishing yourself in a specific place or in a home, like getting home, arriving at your destination, and also owning your space, owning your sovereignty, owning your all the necessary elements and ingredients for a healthy physical existence. So this is a very down to earth, straight to the point answer. And yeah, I don't think I have anything more to add that isn't going to kind of mess up the signal. So this is just very simple. Just keep on pushing, keep on talking, and somehow even small talk is going to get you to where you want. There's something that you need to solve related to like a tiny detail that is in a document, or that is in managing a specific resource that you already have. And it's important that you get that truth, that you get that illumination, that you get that idea. So even that. So maybe you'll find something in your paperwork, or even something in your like a diary. There's something written that is very enlightening, and it goes back. It can go way back, but it's in the past, like more than a year ago. Something that happened more than a year ago, and it can go way back. So it depends on how this resonates. So yeah, keep talking, keep expressing yourself. You will eventually start to find more and more people who you can work with, who would like to be with you, help you, and to nurture those relationships. Is going to be very rewarding, and it's going to help you establish yourself and your stability, managing your worldly existence in a way that is healthy and prosperous. Beautiful. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 2, your card is guidance. And this card, the 3 of Pentacles in this specific deck, has a different meaning. And this is an angel. It's a guardian angel, but it's also a guide. And to me, the answer to a burning question that you have might require your own inner guidance to come out. So maybe this reading is going to help you discover something that you already know. So I don't think you will have great surprises here. I do think that this is the first clue that you already know the answer. Okay, let's try to bring that to the surface. Okay, so the answer to a burning question for pile number 2. Rich, good gentleman. Prison. false person. And good lady. You know, when I saw this and I saw the crocodiles, I instantly thought that if you have a hunch about a person, it's probably true. And I do think that there are people who are kind of circling your circling around your projects or circling around you that can be I wouldn't say like a predator, but I would say they're not completely honest, and they might be like hiding their resources. I think that you have more resources than the people around you, and you think it's the opposite. Maybe you think you need other people to do something, and actually you don't. Interesting. So, Sun in Pisces with vision. Mercury in Gemini with excitement. Saturn in Libra with devotion. Venus in Cancer with birth. And Saturn in Capricorn with riches. So I think that you need a little bit of time to understand what I was saying, or to see how it applies to your situation. So to understand who are the other people, and what are the resources that you don't need to kind of outsource, that you don't need to get from other people, because you have them in you, like a baby inside you. But it's growing, and it's I feel like it's a bit like being pregnant without knowing, without realizing. And it's like I'm feeling like you want to, you're very like excited to do something, and you want to speak to other people about it, and you want to express your happiness and your enthusiasm, your excitement about something. And maybe you think that by speaking up, you will also find people who are interested in what you're doing, and maybe they want to invest, or they want to participate, they want to collaborate with you. But it's interesting that the Three of Pentacles is a card of collaboration usually, because it's a card of work. It's the card of hard work. It's the card of making something happen. And in this specific deck, it's more about inner guidance. It only speaks about inner guidance and trusting yourself, trusting your experience, your body, your inner knowing, your inner vision to guide you, your inner light to guide you. So what I'm getting is that you might be seeing the qualities that you have in other people, and the resources that you think the other person has, they're actually your own. They're just not yet matured. The answer to this question. Okay, this is just one. List of the shadows. I think you'll have a breakthrough. List of the Shadows is not exactly about a breakthrough specifically, but it is about something that emerges from darkness, some, the expression of something that was in darkness. It can be about shadow elements of your personality, but it can also be about the shadows of others. And you have false person here. So I feel like you are going to see the shadow aspect of someone, and I don't think that you'll be surprised. I don't think you'll be surprised. I think it's just going to be like confirmation. And maybe there's also a warning here to be a little bit protective of your resources. It might be just your attention or your family, or like a small creature, like a pet or a baby or something really small, like tender and vulnerable. It can also be an aspect of you that you think if you share, it makes you very tender and vulnerable. Maybe something about your childhood, or something about your experience as a baby or your mother. Queen of Swords with morality. Three of Cups with celebration. Two of Pentacles, moment to moment. The Lovers. And isolation with Three of Swords. I'm sorry for the silence, but I feel like it can be it can be a little bit taxing. It can be a little bit demanding on you, a little bit challenging to face the fact that maybe you have the resources that you are projecting on others. And I do think that you might be doing this because you're insecure about your it's the way you see yourself. It's not really rooted in it's not who you really are. I think it's a distortion. It's a shadow. So what I'm seeing here is that the insecurities that you have about the ability to further your cause, let's say, or the ability to achieve what you want to achieve, to get the abundance, to get that, that opportunity. You project on others the capacity, the ability to do so, because you have a misconception about who you are. It's a little bit like the ugly duckling story. So if you think you have to be a duck and you are a swan, it's just a confusion. It's just something that you have to clarify, and it's just something that has more to do with ignorance, but kind of naive, and not exactly with any kind of malevolence. And it's also not malevolence of the other people to think that you are a duck if you think you're a duck. So if you are assuming that someone has the resources you need to achieve something together, to work together, and they look at you and they think, but you're demanding of me, or you are expecting of me something that you already have, and you also have it even more than I do. It's kind of ridiculous. It's a strange relationship. So I feel like you're going to have some sort of revelation about how to proceed that has to do with this clarification that's more internal. So it's your inner guidance that's going to take you there. It's not other people. And I think that at this point you might be thinking that it is other people. And that's why it feels isolating when they're not available, or when they say no, because they don't want to be something like relating to someone who doesn't understand who they really are, even if it is better, even if it is greater than they themselves are. And I'm not saying that someone is better than another person, but sometimes specific people have specific characteristics and they can do some things better than others. So a swan isn't better than a duck, but a swan is a better swan than a duck. And the reverse is also true, right? A duck is a better duck. So I think you're going to discover something about yourself. That's how this is going to resolve. The rebel. It might take a bit of pushing of a limit, even if it's a moral limit, like it's something that you thought was incorrect, like, oh no, I shouldn't express myself like that, or I shouldn't impose myself, I shouldn't be like pushy, or I shouldn't be bossy. There's something that you kind of criticize in yourself, and it's a bit demeaning. Struggle. It works against you. It gives other people reasons to work against you also. The mind, yeah, and also speak against you. Seven of Pentacles with patience. I think you'll have to be a little bit patient with yourself also. You have to be, you have to exercise a little bit of restraint, because maybe sometimes you're really self-critical. It's too crushing. And if you're patient, you have the patience and you have the birth. Like, be patient with yourself. You will get there, and you will achieve a certain sense of peace, a certain sense of coming to terms with parts of yourself. But if you push yourself too hard, you can't force like a baby to grow. It's a nature thing. It's the natural rhythms are really important. So I think that also night and day, like sleep and rest, is going to help you with this. So when you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, to do things that relax you, so that there's this contrast, there's this balance between the light and the dark. Inner voice. So inner voice, inner guidance. So the silence maybe is also very productive at this point. Dream time, silence, nighttime. So the periods of rest can be very, very productive. The shadows, So the shadow time, the nighttime, dream time is a time of revelation. participation. You're supposed to collaborate with other people. You're supposed to work with other people. So you are going to do so very successfully by not being afraid of being the swan, of coming to terms with who you really are, with the aspects that you need to bring forth to challenge a little bit some preconceived notion about how you were supposed to act, what you're supposed to say, how you're supposed to dress. There's something here like a moral code or like a stereotype that is limiting your action. It's suffocating you, and it's giving other people reasons to fight you. And it's feeding the opposite energy. Very interesting. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 3. Your card is Love with Venus. This is the Lover's card. And Venus, and in this card specifically, can have to do with the integration of the masculine and feminine aspects, with relationships, with sexuality, also creativity, artistic endeavors. The landscape, it seems like Venice. It's very interesting, like a watery, the integration of the water and the buildings. Okay. So the answer to a question, a burning question that is on your mind right now. Okay, so we have main person, high honors, a little child, and hope, big water. Interesting. What an interesting combination. I think I'll have to get some more cards to understand the mix. Okay, what is the answer to a question, a burning question that is on your mind right now? We have Mars in Aquarius with rebellion. Venus in Gemini with flattery. Sun in Libra with harmony. Venus in Sagittarius with flirtation. Saturn in Libra with devotion. This seems like it's a story. Something that you are kind of projecting into the future. Something that you are like integrating into your subconscious, but that is calling you from the future. Something to do with a relationship. We have the harmony and also these two Venus cards, which is, the theme of the reading, Venus, the connection, the romance, the game, the lila, right, in the Hindu, and Ras Lila, the game, in the Indian religious spiritual tradition. Something that will balance. So maybe this is about like wishing for a relationship, wishing, there's something here that coming from your subconscious that is trying to come to terms with something, because you have the rebellion here. There's like a certain way of relating that might be changing in your subconscious, and it's attracting something from the future. It's changing the future. Oh, so I think that the answer is that things don't have to be as they were. Things can change. And if you're faithful, if you keep hoping, and if you are faithful, faithful to your principles and true to honorable, if you are innocent like a child, and if you hope and you pray and you're devoted to your ideals and to the highest vision that you hold for yourself, you're attracting something. It can be a relationship. It can also be the integration that happens inside yourself, inside your own being, your own mind, and your heart. There's this convergence of mind and heart, this lunar and solar aspects coming together. Wow. List of the shadows. This also came out in pile number 2. So maybe this is somehow connected. Is there anything more for pile number 3? One more card. A collective of pixies. Interesting. You're attracting something in the collective. You're attracting people. And I feel like there was this change of heart. There was this change in your mind. And now it's like your subconscious is readjusting to that change that was caused by this. There's this cut in your mind. Like, I made up my mind about this. This is the way. This is the correct way to go. This is the honorable path. This is the most noble cause. It's the purest cause. It can also be about protecting your innocence or someone's innocence, protecting the purity of the heart, and also the purity in your prayer. So the mind and the heart. The alignment of the mind and the heart is very important. I would say that one answer that would stand out in this reading is that whatever you are asking for, ask yourself if your mind and your heart are aligned about what you're asking. And if you have to make a decision, make sure that those two they have the same rhythm, they sing the same song. There must be a pattern that unites your mind and your heart, because if not, it won't work. It's like it's dead on arrival. And to also know that because we have all these kind of shadowy elements or entities, it's not that they are of the shadows, but they are working in the shadow. They are blessing you and helping you, but they're not making themselves seen, at least for now. We have the Princess of Swords. So once again, the importance of the mind, and the Ten of Cups, and the hope that you have for the future, that full moon, that great body of water that is reflecting all the colors of the rainbow and reflecting the sky. So it is the ability to create a heaven on earth in a way, but that is not illusory. That is not illusory. That contains a lot of truth, not only emotional truth that can be a little bit subjective, but also the purest truth of all, like the exact, almost scientific truth. So it's like a mind that is so crystal clear that it's like a water that you can see straight to the bottom. There's no mud, there's no dirt in the water. It's just crystal clear, transparent, innocent, like a child, you know. Sometimes we say children are like crystals. They're so clear. They're like glass, pure glass, that you can see through because they're so transparent. They just, the way their minds and their hearts work is much more connected than in some adults, because of all the encoding, you know, all the programming that we suffer, but also all the pain that kind of muddies the water. Queen of Pentacles. Oh, wow, I got like this, it's almost like a whole life that went through my mind like in a split second. It was a bit much, so just give me a moment. The King of Swords. Wow, this took a little bit of a turn. Just give me a moment to clarify. The Sun, the Zoria, the Three Sisters. Wow, the Nine of Cups. Fertility with Estanatelli. Rhiannon with movement. This is the Chariot. And I have one final card here. And it's the Six of Swords. Oh. So before I get into there's a lot here to unpack. I'll try to be brief, but before I get into this part, I would like to also focus on the sword here with high honors and the rebellion, with the sword pointed at the head, at the mind, the center of decision, the center of, it's like the line, the thread that directs you towards the sun, towards enlightenment. Your line of thought, literally the line of thought, the purity of your mind, the purity of your heart. So there's an answer here that's very clear, and that is that in a few, I would say a few months or weeks, you will look back at this period and you'll think, wow, I have come a long way. A lot has been done, and a lot of I've gone through so many things, but very positive. Like I've come a long way. I achieved a lot of what I wanted, and I also created a lot of what I wanted. There's a lot of creation. So from now to the point where you are going to look back and see what you have done, you are going to see so many things like, wow, what a year, or what wonderful, like 6 months these were. I will look back on these with joy and with a lot of how do I say this? Like I want to put this in the books, right? I want to record this for posterity. There's this sense of accomplishment, but in a way that really transcends your own life even. So it's like you want to leave like the record for future reference, for future generations. And it's going to be quite a departure from where you are now. So if you feel like you're stuck somehow, or that you want to find someone to be a partner, or that you want someone to share your life with, even if it's just in a creative sense, like create something with someone or collaborate with someone, find like-minded individuals, people who want to share some sort of happiness, some sort of accomplishment. I think that in a few months, 6 months from now, you will see a huge difference. It will be quite transformative. This is a very auspicious, I feel like this is a very lucky and auspicious moment in your life. Venus, you have this like thread of Venus kind of guiding you towards the sun, towards enlightenment. So I feel like you're also achieving a point where you are individually, like as an individual, feeling a lot of accomplishment. You're getting there, but you're also going to share that with others. I feel like you're also on the right track to find this collective, this collaboration, very happy, very prosperous, and also joyful. Like the process of being with with those people, with that group of people, of belonging, is really joyful, and it's thoroughly enjoyed. That's how you're like really, getting that last drop, to to enjoy that cup until the last drop. And you're going to look back and feel like, yeah, I got here. I found something worth my whole heart. I found a place and a group of people or a dynamic that is worth my full, is worth me fully engaging with it. And it was something that you did out of your own volition. It's something that is also really remarkable here, and I think is also a great achievement, is that this whole path was your dreams, your aspirations, your the courage that you had to chase after that dream, to chase after that 10 of cups, that perfect picture. It was that courage that got you here to that sharing moment with a group of people that is really, it's like they're really into what you're doing. They're really into your work. They also see how valuable your contribution is. They really value your energy. Your opinion, also your mind. It's like there's something like remarkable about your mind, like very crystal clear, very and it's another funny thing is that I think that people who are around you feel like they're lucky somehow. And it's not only because you are also representing the blessings and also sharing your blessings. It's also because there's something about your spirit, your soul's journey here that feels lucky. And I feel like people will also sense that and want to be around that energy because they also feel like protected. They feel like you can do no wrong, and that even the mistakes are beautiful. Even the things that are a little bit harsh, it's like a kid, like there's harshness there, but it comes from a good place. And because it's like that, because it's so pure, it's purified. Because this doesn't mean that there wasn't pain in the past. And I think that's actually quite the opposite here, because it's almost like you had to fight your way out of the darkness. You had to rebel against the darkness, and you use the power of your mind to clearly assess, to clearly think about things, and not let your heart and your mind be tainted by the pain. It can also be somebody else's pain, and sometimes we suffer so much just with projection or with the reflection of other people's pain. And certainly that's also the place of the child, right? So if the parent is suffering, the child suffers because it's loyal, because the child is loyal, and it's the purest form of loyalty is to take on the pain and sometimes even the disease. And it is said that like pets also do that. So sometimes the pet gets sick so that the owner is saved from a sickness. And it's like the energy needs to go somewhere, and the pet ends up like processing it because it has less filters and less barriers, and it's easier for them to process it and to purify the energy. And I think that with kids, it's a little bit similar. And of course, this is a very subjective, and it's specific to the life purpose and to the life mission of the child. And I don't believe in the tabula rasa. This is my personal belief. Tabula rasa theory that we come, with zero default settings. I think that some of us come with a more open-ended, mission, and some of us come with a very clearly defined set of rules and of things that we must do. And whatever deviates from that, it ends up messing that person's energy and that person's psyche. And it's very important that we are conscious of our life mission. I feel like, because I keep talking about this like mind thread and this clear thinking and alignment with the heart, I also feel like this is a period where you will feel the accomplishment, because you will also see how far you have come in your own life mission. And I do think that I'm talking to people who are quite conscious already of what your mission is. And I feel like that because the collective of pixies and the list of the shadows here is also giving me this, to me, this is like you. And it's a little bit personal also. It's interesting because it's like I'm talking to someone specific, but at the same time, oh no, okay, now I understand. I'm talking to a specific spirit group. It's like a branch of the spirit tree, and we are together right now, like in communion. And I am talking to this specific group. So I don't know, I don't like to use like categories of spiritual groups. I don't think that sometimes what the human mind creates is really describing the spiritual realities. And I don't know what it is. I don't know how to define it, but there's, the sun here. This sun card is really different and interesting, because these are three sisters, and the sun is the one consciousness. So I feel like there's this reading is also coming to you so that you know that there are more people who feel and think like you, and it's very important that you find them and that you create something with them. It's not just find them and just chat. I feel like you have to find them because you have a mission, a specific mission together. And it will come a time when it will be made clear, like who that collective is, what you have to do, what is your mission here. And in 6 months, I think you'll look back and you'll see how far you have come, and how fruitful, how productive, and also possibly innovative, but clearly very, very enlightening. Very there's a lot of knowledge that you're going to exchange with this group, and it will help you evolve like at lightning speed. It's like you're going to fly, in direction to the sun. It's like there's no limit here. Wow. Great reading. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.